Hey guys, Token Vaping, how's it going? So today's juice review is a new line that I'm bringing into my rotation as I've been able to cycle a couple others out. As you all know, I'm basically trying to shorten the amount of time that each video is to make them a bit easier to watch. However, it does take a little bit longer to get through the flavors that I'm able to acquire or purchase from various companies. So just kind of bear with me. I am working on trying to figure out a faster way to get through everybody, but I don't want to lose the focus and dedication to each flavor, as I believe that's what they deserve. So just work with me here. And as you can tell by this, yes, the line that I'm doing today is a flavor from VooDoo Vapes. Now, VooDoo Vapes is a premium line. It's under the company Barn Brew Vapes, or Barn Brew Liquids. They were created in Bridgewater, Massachusetts by a gentleman named Wayne, who was a heavy smoker for many, many years, went through some hurdles and obstacles in his life, had part of his lung removed, and wanted to find a better way to give people an alternative other than smoking, because obviously that's not working for a lot of people. He created Barn Brew with that in mind, and basically this line, VooDoo Vapes, is one of their signature premium lines. Now, one of the things that I think is cool about this line is their testing ability. Basically, they'll concoct a flavor, put it together. They have a panel of expert mixologists that have been doing this for multiple years. So it's not, it's not something overnight that they were just like, oh, hey, let's try this out. I mean, there is experience in this, there is passion, there is dedication to this. Basically, they'll create a flavor and they will put it out there for people to try for about a month or so. And if it gets positive enough feedback, after being tested in that way, then it becomes part of their lineup. If it does not, they move on to another flavor. So the quality control and the testing is basically done by the public. So this really is a line made by a vapor for vapors with vapors assistance. So, I mean, that's about as, to the public people that you can really get with that. So, like I said, it is a six flavor line. Sorry, this is their flavor menu. And he was really, really cool. I talked to him a little bit on Instagram. They do have their main webpage is barnbrewco.com. They are on Instagram and Facebook. Really, really friendly person. Easy to talk with. Loves talking shop about this. Definitely has the passion and drive there. So I reached out, was able to get some of the flavors from the VooDoo Vapes line. And just because he was just being him, very nice, friendly, and everything else, got some stickers, sent me a pen, got a wristband, and this is actually really cool because this comes in a lot more handy than people realize. But got a shop towel with their logo on it, which is really slick, and the hat. And you can get all of this on their website as well, along with their flavors, the Barn Brew line, VooDoo Vapes, things like that. Now, these are the bottles for VooDoo Vapes that I was able to get. Now, what's cool about these is that basically this is a 30 ml. It comes in a preset unicorn bottle like this. You can also get them in a 60 ml unicorn bottle and then 120 ml in a glass bottle with a dropper, because that would just be an insane bottle to try to hold and drip and everything else. But that they come prepackaged like this is actually pretty slick. It just makes it convenient right off the go. So there is the name of the line. There is the name of the flavor. This is Hawberry, which is supposed to be a fresh ripe strawberry. Nicotine level, and that is the mix ratio. It is a 70-30, so it's going to be a good mix in between for cloud and flavor. And then it has all the warning and ingredient labeling here, and it has the Barn Brew main banner there. Now, when you go to the website, barnbrewco.com, everything is on there. When you click the where to buy, it gives you immediate shops right in their area of Massachusetts. They're ones that they specifically work with, but they are offered in other sites as well. So they do work with online ordering as well, and they are pretty fast on their shipping. So we're gonna, and this has a born on date. It's hard to see right there, but there is a born on date right there as well, just to let you know the freshness. And it does have a security ring, as you can see. It's pretty solid there. So we will bust this open. As always, this is a first vape, first review. It is on a fresh wick, and of course my wick is always going to be Texas Tough Cotton. It just works really well for me. It's easy to work with. It wicks really easily, and it doesn't have a very strong cottony taste, especially on a first vape, which is really nice. So you don't have to work the juice into it as much as you do some other cotton. So we're gonna go ahead and bust this open, and if you watch, you hear that snap, and it's busted. And it comes with the nozzle tip. I mean, this is really slick. It doesn't take a whole lot more to do something like this than putting a really big spout on it, but it makes it so much easier when you're dripping like this. It's easier to direct, it's easier to control, so you don't feel like you're going to make a big splatter mess all over the place. And if you're using a tank, this size tip literally will pretty much fit almost any tank that's on the market, unless you're using like one of the really small clearomizers. But even still, it makes it a lot easier to fill with that because this nozzle tip is a lot thinner than an eyedropper. So just the fact that they take that into consideration just shows, you know, they know some of the issues that you can come across on the vaping end, depending on the type of bottles you're using or what you're using. So they're going out of their way to make sure that, you know, things like that get covered, which is just another nice little step there. So I'm going to go ahead and juice this up, do a quick pre-burn, and then we'll get to vaping. Real quick though, you know, honestly, I don't try to come off as I'm trying to tell you because I'm doing the review that's, you know, that's what you're going to get out of the flavor for sure. That's how you're going to react to the vape. And I know sometimes it may seem that way, and forgive me if it is, because that's not my intent. I'm not trying to impose my will on anybody. I'm not trying to force it on anyone. I'm just trying to make it a little more informative so that you know what to expect out of it for the most part, to see if it's something that you're willing to consider to try. Especially nowadays with all the different types of flavors that are out there and flavor lines that are out there, it's kind of hard to pick and choose, especially when a shop by you may not have, you know, have them on hand. So just bear with me and we'll go from here. So as always, I'm vaping at 75 watts, and this is Hawberry from VooDoo Vapes, the signature line from Barn Brew. So 70-30, you can definitely see some dense clouds out of that. That's really, really cool. I'm not going to say I'm all about clouds, but because now I've been vaping for a while, I do like having a decent exhale of clouds, just because it's just it is kind of cool, but it makes mentally wise, it makes me feel like I'm getting more out of it. I know that may not be the case, but that's just me. Okay, so Hawberry, it's literally exactly what it says. It's a ripe strawberry. Now, what impresses me about this flavor, I am a big strawberry person, so I don't want people to think that's automatically why I like this flavor, because I do vape strawberry flavors a lot. I do tend to know more so what it's gonna or should taste like, things like that. I do like strawberries. However, the one thing that impresses me the most about this flavor really is the aftertaste. When you do the exhale and that little on the tail end of it, it literally feels like after you take a bite of a fresh strawberry, the juice that collects on your mouth, after you finish chewing and swallow and then you lick that little piece off, that part is what that feels like on the tail end of this exhale. And that's actually really cool because it just puts more realism into the flavor to make it taste and feel that much more like the actual flavor it's supposed to mean. It doesn't taste so artificial, or it doesn't taste like it's weighed down by sweeteners or anything like that. This literally is just meant to be a strawberry flavor, and that's exactly what it is. It is as close to a actual strawberry that I probably have come across in a while. Some other ones that I've tried have good flavoring to them, but it does taste like a flavor, not a strawberry, not the specifics of the actual fruit. Now, because it is a 70-30, and because it is a specific flavor, which is actually rare nowadays in most juice companies, so just the fact that they did that actually is kind of unique in its own way, ironically. But because it is a specific flavor, and it is a fruit flavor, and it's not a heavier based flavor, at a 70-30, there is a very slight throat hit. And I mean, it's minute. It's not like you feel like you're sandpapering your throat, or that it's all scratchy and you're gonna end up talking like this after you vape it. But there is a slight one there. If it does dissipate after I vape this for a little bit today, I will notate that in the comment box below. But when you do get fruit flavors or citrus flavors, things like that, especially if you're going for a single flavor, at a 70-30 mix, there's always a hit or miss as to whether or not there's going to be one. Now, somebody who's not so sensitive to it might not feel it, and that's fine, especially if you don't like the throat hit. I'm not a big fan of it, but because most of the flavors that I vape ordinarily are higher mix, I don't normally feel it on a regular basis, so I feel like I'm a little more sensitive to it when I do hit it. So, but like I said, it is very slight. It's not enough to make me not want to vape this flavor, because I do really like strawberry, and this is a dead-on strawberry flavor. Okay, so it will dissipate a bit more, because that hit, I didn't feel it at all. So I don't have to actually notate. Just kidding. So basically, just once the juice works in a little bit more into your cotton and you start vaping on it, it does get a bit smoother. And that just, all that does is just add to the quality of the juice and the flavor itself. So definitely, yep, nothing now. So if you like strawberry flavors, definitely give Hawberry a try. But keep up. There is that red subscribe button to let you know when I get to the other flavors of the VooDoo Vapes line. It's from Barn Brew. Wayne, thank you and your company so very much for the opportunity to try this line. Right out the gate, this flavor is really, really enjoyable. I definitely can see this being an all-day vape, especially for fruit flavor fans. Try saying that 10 times fast. But as always, thank you so much for the opportunity to get to try your line, to do the review for your line. Guys, definitely check them out, barnbrewco.com, Instagram, and Facebook. As always, I'm Token Vaping. I'm here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Doesn't matter what it is. Anything that I can do to help further enhance your vaping experience and make it more enjoyable for you, that's all I'm here to do, and that's all I want to do. So definitely let me know if there's anything that I can help you out with, answer any questions, if there's a specific video that you're looking for. But until next time, at the end of the day, no matter what, always remember, vape on, vape strong, and have a good night.